little 6'7".
How about you boys?
Did you get the boat?
No. No, I didn't get the boat. Sorry. Got a big old fish. No, not from the boat. And I looked it up, boys. Japan turned me down on paying me for the catfish. That is not a tuna. And they don't care about white trash tuna either. Or redneck tuna. Right. Unfortunately, my dad's scale was not working properly, so I couldn't get the proper poundage on it. But it was pretty big fish. It took a little bit to get it in. This buddy of my dad, he's got a pond outside of Tulsa, in between Tulsa and Oklahoma City, way out in the country. And we take a bunch of them little smokies out there, put them on a hook, throw them out there, man. Them bass and catfish tear it up.
You did post it on social media, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Dude, you got to put that up so people can see what we're talking about.
Yeah, I need to do that. No, man, I'm not brave enough to noodle. Dude, those things, this thing, all right, so this fish I'm going to estimate was 10 pounds. I mean, I thought it was going to take one of my fingers off, and it's only 10 pounds. Some of those noodling catfish, that you get upwards of 60, 70 pounds, I'm not going to mess with that. I'll let my cousins or my buddies do that. And then I'll stand next to them in the selfie and say, look what we did.
Have you seen some of the hotties that do that noodling? So
Oh, yeah.
I don't need her being named Jethro.
Yeah. Had a great Easter.
Yep.
All right. You mean he didn't leave you any peanut butter Reese's? Yeah, we just had, I never had plantains before. Have you boys ever had cooked plantains?
No. No, it's like a banana, but you have to cook it.
They're like, they're not sweet like a banana. They're more like a vegetable variety of the banana. But man, whatever this stuff was mixed with it, it was good. Had it with some roast beef.
Hey, you know what I found out this weekend? The banana plant is actually considered a grass. It's the largest grass on the planet. Maybe. Could be. It's a gateway drug.
Goodness.
Anything that doesn't have sugar in it.
Or peanut butter. Shame.
Shame.
And we both know that's not, you're going to get more. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's so great about it, man. It's filling, and it's delicious.
If it's so filling, how come he's going back for fifths and sixths?
Well, it's protein. At least it's protein.
That's my favorite part of Easter is, after the meal, we sit around and everybody reads letters to me about how my drinking is a problem.
They read letters.
Oh, is that what
to
that
you.
is?
Dear Belle. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, but he screwed up and he used the Sunni word for it instead of the Shia.
This latest Truth Social post from the president, let's start with that. He calls on Iran to open the strait, you crazy bastards. I'm quoting, apologies.
Goodness. On Easter?
He's probably still not sure if he's getting into heaven.
Yeah, and some
Wow.
some helicopters that go along with them.
C-130s are huge.
Yeah, apparently they landed on a runway that could not handle them and they got stuck. Yeah.
Well, they did the same thing with that Black Hawk helicopter when they went after Osama bin Laden, because it. But that's their way of trying to make sure that the components and stuff don't get into bad hands. This is the 5th week, right? Okay, so we got one more week of war, then we're all good. And wasn't there some claim that they shot it down with small arms fire? Oh.
Calls on Iran to open the strait, you crazy bastards. I'm
You know what else blows me away? Is that we could put a man on the moon, but we can't make a crapper that works on the way there.
Is that really happening?
Yes.
Their bathroom doesn't work?
The toilet doesn't work still.
So they got to go outside.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
Goodness.
at some point there was a burning smell coming from it.
Oh,
Yeah, you never want to smell that on a spaceship.
no. Oh.
Crapper.
Goodness. Yes, sir. Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's going to be right before 1 o'clock our time, boys. And they're going to go, like, what is it, 45 minutes without contact?
There are two baskets that are basically on a zip line at the top of where the capsule is, and they leave them there till the very last possible second in case they need to do an emergency evacuation. They jump out, they get in the baskets, boom, zip line them on down. Now people are saying online that the zipline baskets, which they release so they don't get they don't get melted by the exhaust from the spaceship, from the rockets, that because those were released, that the astronauts were in those and were not really up in space. Just up. Nowhere. It's
just out there.
It's floating around. Just floating around.
That's true. You can't prove any of it.
Oh, I saw a couple of flat earthers on YouTube that were just livid about NASA lying about us going into space again.
No.
This is why when your father has a heart attack and you got to call the ambulance, do a little shopping around before they pick you up.
Hang on, Dad. Dang, man. I did not expect that. Yeah. Whoo. All right, drivers, got a crash in the way. Vietnam Veterans Boulevard going to be eastbound past New Shackle Island. Antioch injury crash, Bell Road right there at 24. Slow traffic 65 northbound between Vietnam Veterans and Louisville Highway. Right lane blocked 24 westbound through Jolton. This is due to some road work. Iranian State TV says Iran rejected a peace offer from the U.S. but offered up its own. We got more on that coming up at 12:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
I like mayonnaise to the degree that it had to come into a New Year's resolution. It was a New Year's resolution that I could not order extra mayonnaise on my sandwiches. I could order mayonnaise, but I couldn't use the word extra. And I found out very quickly I wasn't getting enough mayonnaise. But I didn't want to break my resolution, so here's how I would order lunch. Hi, I would like a turkey sandwich with Swiss cheese, lettuce, and mayonnaise. You hear what I'm saying here? I want mayonnaise. Capital M-A-Y. And the rest of the letters that are necessary for mayonnaise.
That's right, mayonnaise. Yes, sir. Yeah, I made me a big old ham sandwich for lunch today, and I've got mayonnaise on it. Oh, yeah. Whew, it's going to get even better this week, boys. We might be doing swamp ass reports by week's end. Let's see here, Brother Chad. Looks like we're going to be 71 today. Little cooler tomorrow. 66 tomorrow, but 75 Wednesday, 76 Thursday, 80 Friday, Saturday 85, Sunday 86. Gonna be going shirtless this weekend. Oh, yeah, yeah. Right. That's what they're there for.
It's got to be fun.
Yeah. Something like that, but I never saw it. Wow. Oh, yeah, that's right. I thought she was done, man. Yeah. .30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast in 5 minutes. Operation Epic Fury. Iranian state TV says Iran has rejected a peace offer from the U.S., offered up its own, but President Trump says it's not good enough. And at the White House during the annual Easter egg roll, President Trump told reporters about what his end game for the war would be if it were up to him.
The thing, if I had my choice, what would I like to do? Take the oil. Because it's there for the taking. There's not a thing they can do about it.
Israeli military, meanwhile, says it attacked 3 airports in Iran. A big day for the 4-person crew on board the Artemis II. Today, the spacecraft gets to the far side of the moon, the first time since the 1970s. It'll break the record for the farthest distance from Earth. Aerospace engineer Elio Murillo tells ABC News this is a test run for future missions.
This is really a big step for the next time we attempt a lunar landing, because there's going to be docking involved with other spacecraft. So this is a very important feat, and we're really excited for all the data that's going to come from this mission.
Actress Melissa Gilbert speaking publicly about the charges against her husband. ABC's Sherry Preston with more on what she told ABC's George Stephanopoulos.
This has been the most traumatizing experience of our lives.
Melissa Gilbert speaking out for the first time about the child sexual contact charges facing her husband, actor and director Timothy Busfield. She says he's been falsely accused by a child actor working on his show, The Cleaning Lady. And even if he is acquitted,
For Tim, it's done. He's canceled. And this will never, even if he's exonerated, he will always be that guy.
she says her husband is the last person in the world who would hurt a child, and she has no doubt he is innocent. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
They're half hour apart.
Don't. Artemis 2. The crapper doesn't work, says Alan. True. That's it. That's how we do it, kids. What do you think that thing costs to make? Put on there.
Well, it's government, so probably 3 or 4 times what the private sector would have done.
Yeah, that's right. So, $50 million, $300 billion. What would it normally take you to put in a toilet in just a regular place? $700 million. It's crazy. It is crazy. If you guys are not aware, we're at war with Iran. Trump, of course, threatening to take all the oil, make money off of it, blow them up and kill them all or something. I'm not quite sure. And, of course, you know, the most important thing with all of this is...
Open the strait, you crazy bastards.
Obviously. Earlier today...
I want to thank every member of the U.S. Armed Forces involved in these historic operations. They really were historic. It's just not something that's done. And you'd understand it. Not that they don't want to do it, but when you're going into areas, when you look at these helicopters, when you look at the amount of bullets and everything else that they took, when you go into these areas, you don't come out like we came out. God was watching us. I tell you, well, it was the Easter, we were in the Easter territory, I guess, but God was watching us. It's amazing. Because when you look at the machinery, they took damage. It tells you, first thing I said is, these are unbelievable machines, how they flew back and not even much of a problem.
They took damage. Jesus loves us. That's why he lets us kill them all. And that's why I got to say this again.
Don't you mean Allah?
What?
Don't you mean Allah?
No, different Jesus. That's a different one.
Open the strait, you crazy bastard.
That's right. That's us. Amen. He is threatening to do whatever I guess he's going to do. I don't know if we're going to attack them tomorrow. The saline plant was big because if we're going to attack him the way that he's coming out saying, well, we're just going to attack, we could wipe him out in 10 seconds if that's what we need to do.
The entire country could be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night.
Yeah, you're not doing that. If you wiped out their entire nation, the entire Muslim world would say, okay, that was a bridge too far. It was a bridge too far. And that would be chaos. And that would be $500 gas. I mean, oil, which is, $100 gas. Anybody? Who's excited for our gas?
That's a good thing. I was credibly told $500.
You know who's making a killing right now?
Yeah.
The Saudis. They're charging they're charging high rate for their oil. You want some of that good oil right there? You want some of that good oil? A little high rate?
We'll deliver it on the West Coast too, so you don't have to go through the strait.
Yeah. So $23 million if you guys want to know what the crapper cost. That was
that's a heck of a bidet.
That is. That's
especially for one that doesn't work.
Oh my God, somebody just sent me the greatest meme. Live shot of NASA tech working on the toilet issues. It's Cousin Eddie in his robe wearing a NASA thing. It's about right. Oh, good God. So we're going to find out in the next 24 hours whether or not we're going to go deeper into this. I don't know if we are or aren't. Last weekend I thought for sure we would have gone. Ken, you weren't here, but I was saying Trump likes those 3-day weekends, because that's perfect. Because if he does something Friday into Saturday, it doesn't work. We still have, Thursday into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We got a couple days before the market opens. But he didn't. So now it looks like we are going to, at this moment in time, it's a sit and wait. I don't think we're not going to nuke him. I saw a lot of people who should nuke him. What's wrong with you? Like, that's not the goal. The goal, I thought, was to get rid of the regime and welcome the 89.5 million people who aren't insane into the world. That's what I thought. Doesn't seem to be that way, at least not right this second. So it's going to be, we're going to get a deal. It's going to be great. We're going to take the oil. It's the greatest thing. We need their oil.
Unfortunately, the American people would like to see us come home. If it were up to me, I'd take the oil, I'd keep the oil, and would make plenty of money.
Yeah, if it was up to me, I'd steal all their stuff and I'd steal every dollar in the world. You know what I like about that? Trump is at the Easter roll. Is that what he was at today? The egg roll? With the, they take him out.
Yeah, the annual White House Easter egg roll.
Yeah. Kids, who likes little jazz fusion? Oh, who likes let's listen to the little jazz fusion.
Unfortunately, the American people would like to see us come home.
Yeah, can you guys feel that? And he's got one of those Easter bunnies. I saw a picture of Melania and him, and there's one of those deranged Easter bunnies. Who do you think it is this year? I think the first year was Sean Spicer had to get in that thing, which is hilarious. Spicer sitting there. It's like 300 degrees outside. You're in one of those. I've been in one of those, man. I had to play Charlie Brown when I was a kid. Oh, it was awful.
Maybe it's Pam Bondi.
Could be. She needs a gig. You weren't here. They fired her. They fired her for all of her good work. So all I know is the next 24 hours or so is going to be very interesting in the coming days. Boots on the ground? I don't know. I don't know if we're going to put boots on the ground. Not at this moment in time. I think we weren't going to do anything boot-wise with our guy out there. We put boots on the ground to get him, but we're not going to put in mass boots on the ground. Would have made it tougher. But I just don't know if we're going to do it in the coming days. I hope not. I hope we walk away from this thing. Meanwhile, so Bell hands me this today. House Bill 1061, sponsored by Greg Vidal. Ooh, that's a good one right there.
This is the local General Assembly.
Yeah, but no, it's Greg Vidal. You got it because you're Vidal, like Sassoon. It is the surprise billing. And some of you were sending in the bills that you got from the trip that you took, and it'd be like, it was 5-10 miles, and they're charging like $200, $300 a mile. What do you get for that?
To the hospital quicker.
Because I know some of you out there who are driving an ambulance or a paramedic, if you're listening, what are you making an hour? Because if they're charging 300 bones an hour, what are you making? Because I know you're not making that. I know you're not making $75 an hour, which is what they should be making. So it says when you call 911, your focus should be on getting critical help that you need, not worrying about whether or not the ambulance is in network. Which is, Have you ever been in an ambulance, Bill? You look like
No.
No?
No.
You look like you stole an ambulance.
Probably. There's a lot of things I did bad that I don't remember.
I got a good Keith Moan story that I just found out about a little bit later. But the bill would eliminate surprise billing for emergency ambulance services that provide greater financial protection for patients during moments of crisis, ensuring patients are protected when they need it most. And that is so true because it's bad enough. You don't want to have a heart attack, get there, get a bill 3 months later, have another heart attack.
Yeah, it's kind of designed like if the ambulance is out of network.
Yes.
And you happen to get that company because you're in an emergency and you don't sit there and get to pick, and the insurance pays $3,500 of it, and then the ambulance company goes, well, that wasn't our total bill, so here's the other $2,000. You pay that instead.
Yeah, I mean that, and it is so, and they come for you too, right? They come hard for you because if you don't pay it, you're automatically sent to collections in seconds. They sell that stuff off, they get some of the money, and those people start chasing you down. Then it goes on your credit. And you remember one of the few things I thought Biden did was good was get that off your credit, and then Trump, this administration, put it back now where medical can go back on your credit. Because I don't think you should be dinged for, I've seen some bills and it's almost, because what do they charge now? How does that work when it's the paramedics, like from the fire department? Does that count towards it, or do they charge you? That I don't know if these are private groups. So you're being transported.
That's a good question. But I mean, the bottom line of it is, if you're having a medical emergency, you can't sit there and do any deal shopping.
Yeah. You can't Uber.
Yeah, you want somebody to show up, get your loved one, or get you to the hospital, and you're not stopping to go, well, hold on, I got to see if this company's in my network, and then if they're not, you get this giant bill that you weren't anticipating, and nobody told you anything about, and you didn't have time to check on it.
No, it's Because I know there's a difference between, I don't know how they break it down. So when the fire department comes, paramedics, it's a heart attack. They're doing the whole 9 yards. They're getting you in. They're not waiting for the transportation, right? The transportation usually comes in the private groups that run stuff. And does that count towards this? I don't know how that works. But yeah, you're right. I mean, but I've seen people, where they've broken their legs and arms playing soccer and stuff, and the ambulance comes out in the whole 9 yards. They're like, we'll transport. They're like, no, we'll drive our own kid. Because they recognize how expensive it is. And nobody wants that surprise bill. It's not like you're not going to pay it. The insurance is not going to pay it. They just don't want to say, sorry, we're not going to cover it, which is the frustration we all have with insurance. It's insane. It's a massive, the surprise bill. Everybody get the surprise bill? No, nobody wants that. It's insane. We need more transparency. I like this bill. I do. This is one of those bills you're like, you know what? This is good. This is good. All right, here's my Keith Moon story, guys. I think you'll like this. For whatever reason, I was watching just the other day. What's his name? Oh, God. Alex Cooper. So Alex Cooper, they said, tell me a story that nobody else has heard. And he starts talking about Keith Moon. He said Keith ruined he needed something one night. And it was in the next room. And he had to get it. And he didn't want to wake anybody up. So he cut through the wall so he could sneak into the room. Because he was well. He got to the other side of the wall. They alerted the manager. The manager came up, and Alice Cooper's just like standing there. And he goes, the manager's like, you're going to have to replace all this. He goes, how much does it cost? He goes, it's going for both these rooms, it's going to be like $16,000. And he goes, there was still a bunch of stuff around. And Keith goes, well, if I'm going to pay for it, he goes, do you want to help me break all this stuff? And the manager's like, okay. So they just broke everything in the hotel room because he had to replace it anyways. And I'm like, that's rock and roll right there.
That's Keith.
He's no longer with us. He had troubles. I don't know if you're aware of that. He didn't worry about paying for the ambulance.
No.
No, he did not.
He didn't need to worry about that.
He didn't. He was never getting to the ambulance.
No, he wasn't.
God, the time that it's the stories of that guy. That's when you talk about rock and roll in a lifestyle. Bon Scott, that's Keith Moon's up there.
Oh, yeah.
Tried to attack a 747, running down the runway because it was going to take off without him. Like, what is wrong with you?
He actually flat out passed out at a show, and they couldn't get him, revived enough to play. So Pete from the stage asked her if there was anybody really good at drums that can come up and do the show for us.
Wow.
And he pulled somebody out of the audience and he played the show.
There was a guy in the Zeppelin, right?
Oh, John Bonham.
John Bonham?
No, but in Oakland, something happened, and a fan said, I can play, and he played that night for Zeppelin.
I haven't heard that story.
Yeah,
I've just heard
yeah.
because there's
Interesting.
actually video on YouTube of that show, and Pete's like, I need somebody that can play drums. You got to be really good.
Wow. It was a different time, people. Now you see that now, and it's all kind of, it's not the same, because like a little girl's like, I want to play drums, and that little girl already knows how to play the drums for real. But back then, it was a crapshoot. This guy may know how to play drums. He may be insane. You don't know, and he's definitely on acid. Because it was that time, you see. All right.
That was Keith.
Interesting, some of the text coming in. Firemen here, medicine and medical services provided by fire not billed as ambulance transport. That's good. Sadly, Chad, said Larry, I've had 5 ambulance rides. My last ambulance bills were $2,000, and Vanderbilt has been on my ass ever since. Whew. My goodness.
$2,000 total, or
That's just for the ride.
but is it $2,000 total, or is that what insurance paid, or what was left over that he?
That's probably
is
what was
expected
left
to
over.
pay?
That's why they're still on him. I had an ambulance company transport my wife from Knoxville to Athens, $33 a mile. But probably not like that. If you're transporting and you're not sick and dying and it's probably less because you're not using life-saving stuff. You're just there to transport, right? How about this? Somebody said I had a stroke a couple years ago. They called a helicopter, 30-mile trip, 15 minutes, $63K. Whew. Guys, I think
And you don't even get to look out the window, enjoy the view.
somebody said air pilot here, air evac pilot, 35K is the average flight.
Wow.
Average.
Average. Guys,
35K is average.
this weekend, guys, let's go and get our pilot's license. It's about time.
I still got to get that boat.
We know you got to get that boat.
If he's not going to get the boat, he's not going to go get his pilot's license.
Probably right about that. I forgot all about that. Yes, he will. That's the kind of guy he is.
Do I need a real ID for that?
No,
Yes.
no. Just a lot of fun. That's all you need to have a smile and a great attitude. Oh, lordy. Coming up, who knows what? It's going to be fun. I promise you that. This is the Chad Bench Show, Super Talk 99.7. All right, guys, talk to my good friends over at Bulwark Capital. Right now, great opportunity to sit down with them and find out what it is they do that's so special and different. Doesn't matter which way the market goes, opportunities abound, and they'll tell you that. So whether it's AI, crypto, tech, are you in too much of that? Could you be exposed? They'll talk to you about that. They're going to give you a free, personalized portfolio review. They're going to go through it, show you all the risk that's out there, opportunities for you, show you what they're all about, lower risk, lower cost, lower volatility. How can they give you more upside potential? It doesn't cost you anything to get your free Know Your Risk portfolio review and get Zach's daily market recap. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com and sign up today. That's KNOW, yourriskpodcast.com for Bulwark Capital's Know Your Risk portfolio review. Investment advisory services offered through Trek Financial LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. Investments involve risk and are not a guarantee. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Trek 247.
Iranian state TV says Iran has rejected a peace offer from the U.S., offered up its own. President Trump says it's no good. We'll hear from a retired general and former NATO Supreme Allied Commander, his take on the war on Iran. And a big day for the 4-person crew on board the Artemis II. These stories and more at 1 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
And a good Monday morning to some major news out of the Middle East overnight.
Reports of a plan for peace now on the table. It is April 6th. This is Today.
Live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
Pretty shot of the sun coming up. Good morning. Welcome to Today on this Monday morning. We are so glad you started your week with us, and it is good to be home.
Yes, it is good to have you back.
Oh, we're going to break the record right now?
Yeah, they just broke the record for the longest distance a human has traveled from Earth.
Oh, my God. They broke my record?
I can't even make a high joke because you don't do anything.
No. I have mad skills. That's all you guys need to know. My skills. So they broke the record now?
Yep.
Are they now? When do they go quiet? When they go shh?
I don't know.
So
it's got to be sometime soon.
Oh my God! They just broke the record, everybody. So this is the farthest anybody's ever been away. Do you think one of them pushes their head up a little bit further than everybody else?
Yeah, they squeeze over to that one side of the ship,
so they can be braggadocious. Well, everybody else was like here, but I was here, so I technically am the farthest outside of Superman.
I win.
I actually was the one who shot Osama.
Oh, lordy.
I was technically the farthest.
I was pretty much it. You guys come over and say hi to me if you want, pretty much. You guys want to touch me? That's cool.
Autographs are $50 a pop.
That's right. Not the ugly people. You guys can't touch me. $100 for you. All right, coming up, hour number 2 of the program. Exciting stuff going on. Artemis, we're bombing Iran, and maybe, or maybe not. We're not quite sure. Could be at war tomorrow. Could blow them off the map. It's all happening, kids. It's all happening on a Easter Monday, just like Jesus wants. It is the Chad Benson Show. Super Talk 99.7.
One o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Drivers got a crash in the way. The on-ramp is blocked. 24 eastbound on-ramp from Bell Road. And then in Glencliff, still got a crash on the right shoulder, 24 eastbound at Briley Parkway South. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Operation Epic Fury, Iranian state TV says Iran has rejected a peace offer from the U.S. and offered up its own, but President Trump says it's not good enough. President has said that if Iran doesn't agree to a ceasefire, the U.S. military will continue their strikes. Retired General and former NATO Supreme Allied Commander Wesley Clark telling ABC News about what the rules of engagement are about hitting certain civilian targets.
Got to consider whether this is dual use infrastructure. So if it's purely for civilians, then it's off limits. If it's being used for military purposes, then depends on the legal review. It can be struck.
And meanwhile, the Israeli military says it attacked 3 airports in the Tehran area today. Well, a big day for the 4-person crew on board the Artemis II. The spacecraft is at the far side of the moon, the first time since the 1970s, and has broken the record for the farthest distance from Earth. It is 248,655 miles out there. Here's Gio Benitez.
During the flyby, NASA says there will be a communications blackout and that astronauts will be laying eyes on parts of the moon that they have never been seen before with human eyes. So that's just incredible. But again, that blackout of 40 minutes is expected.
Well, aerospace engineer Elio Murillo telling ABC News the crew's prepared for that.
They're prepared for their software on board to really make most of the decisions, but they are ready to take manual commands if needed. And ideally, the spacecraft will work as intended and everything will be normal.
Actress Melissa Gilbert speaking publicly about the charges against her husband. ABC's Sherry Preston with more on what she told ABC's George Stephanopoulos.
This has been the most traumatizing experience of our lives.
Melissa Gilbert speaking out for the first time about the child sexual contact charges facing her husband, actor and director Timothy Busfield. She says he's been falsely accused by a child actor working on his show, The Cleaning Lady. And even if he is acquitted,
For Tim, it's done. He's canceled. And this will never, even if he's exonerated, he will always be that guy.
She says her husband is the last person in the world who would hurt a child, and she has no doubt he is innocent. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Well, the madness coming to a close. The NCAA Men's Basketball National Championship game is set. Michigan to face off against UConn tonight. Here's Will Reeve.
UConn going for their third national championship in 4 years. Michigan hasn't won one since 1989. That's who's playing tonight. To get here, UConn had that wild last-second win over Duke in the Elite Eight. Then they took care of Illinois in the Final Four. Michigan completely dominated Arizona in their Final Four game.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Now it's time to get the latest news from space as we check in on Artemis as they travel around the moon.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, they have traveled around the moon. Not really, but they're getting there. They've just broken the record, which is awesome. The Artemis has just broken the record. So now they're going to break it again later on, which will be even further. But they are a few hours away from getting to that side of the moon where they're going to be able to see everything 4,100 miles away from the surface of the moon, the dark side of the moon. You know who's there? Pink Floyd. That's who's going to be there, Pink Floyd.
Without Roger Waters.
Without Roger Waters, because he's a nuts. Yeah, and he hates the Jews. Man, this is cool. And what do you guys have to do here, my audience? You got to go and ruin it. When somebody sends me a meme that says Christina Koch officially has become the woman furthest away from any kitchen ever.
Oh, I should have thought of that one.
Oh,
Oh, my God. Don't worry. Oh, you weren't here last week when we found out that she is the one that's got to fix the old crapper.
Oh.
Yeah, she's the onboard plumber.
Oh, man.
Man, that is just awful.
Got to snake it.
Yeah. Oh, you think, I don't know who's doing this. I don't know. You're the only one who has feminine napkins.
Horrid.
Who used the paper towels?
We're out of toilet paper? What? Oh, guys. NASA. Goodness me.
There was a waste dump this weekend, and she put the camera to the window so you could see all the urine floating out in space.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Yeah. It looked like a bunch of little sparkles and stuff.
Look at the way it lights up. It's sparkly.
Oh.
That right there is Space Wee. Space Wee. Away it goes. Fantastic. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. So away it went. And what's the next thing we got going on here? In the next couple hours?
Yeah, they're going to have that 40 minutes where they're not going to have any contact with ground control.
Ooh. Ground control to Major Tom.
And for anybody that doesn't know, that's a normal and regular occurrence when you go around the moon like that.
When you pretend to fly to the moon.
Every Apollo mission experienced it if they had to orbit.
Well, yeah, because they had to go and change everything out. People had to get back into the stuff and pretend like they're really doing it. This is when they take their bathroom break. It's all fake. It's all fake. Oh, my God. That is... That's interesting. They're also going to do their suits today. They're going to put themselves in a position where how long is it going to take them to get into their suits if stuff goes critically wrong? How long is it going to take for them to don them, get them up, and I don't know what happens. I wonder how long it takes.
It's almost like when you're
like a fireman?
getting certified to go on a crab boat. You got to be able to put that wetsuit on super fast.
Like the firemen do, and they've got their thing, with their boots, and they just jump in their boots, pull their thing up, and away they go. So,
but those suits will only keep them alive for 6 hours.
Yeah, I don't know what happens after that because there's nothing else. They didn't send a backup team.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't go there, Chad. That's
it's not like you can just all of a sudden, punch the button and turn it into a drag race to get them home.
No, because right now they're in. Now the gravity is all about the moon, so they're out of our gravity now. They're in the Lord's hand. The Lord's hand. So they're going to get close, 4,100 miles. They're going to take pictures. They're going to be writing everything down. They want them to look through the cameras and all these special stuff, but they also want to write every single thing down that they think they could see with their naked eyes as well, which is a great band, by the way, Naked Eyes. And then they're going to see an eclipse, and they're going to be the only people that get to see this eclipse, solar eclipse. Nobody else on the planet will see it because they're not on the planet. Oh, they're on the planet. Meanwhile, Jake Tapper.
Open the straight, you crazy bastard.
That was a... that was interesting. That right there is part of Trump's truth. I keep saying tweet, but he doesn't tweet. He truths this weekend, telling them to open the Straits of Hormuz. We sent them something through Pakistan, and Pakistan relayed it to them, along with apparently a couple others. They got back to us by saying no, as far as whether or not they're going to open up anything. And now are we or aren't we going to do something? Earlier today, the president.
What do you say to Americans who are not a fan of the war? They're foolish because the war is about one thing. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Had we not broken the Barack Hussein Obama agreement, you know what I'm talking about, the Iran nuclear deal. This is years ago, my first term. You would have had a total, Israel would have been gone, extinguished. Israel would have been wiped off the face of the earth, and the entire Middle East would have been, at a minimum, in big trouble. But
at a minimum, in big trouble, according to him. Now, the new leader, whoever they are, if it's the son, people, because there was a fatwa on. They're very serious about their religion, for those of you not keeping score, and their beliefs, and they weren't efforting to get it. According to by the way, our intelligence. Our intelligence said they were not trying to get one, even though every 2 weeks they were getting closer and closer. And now with what they're doing with the Strait of Hormuz, the reality is, do they really need one? I mean, you can hold the world hostage. You and I were talking earlier. Oman wants to try to, Bell and I were talking, they want to try to do their own little, canal through a portion of Oman, the tip of it, so they can route things around. But even at that point in time, it's still going to be tough because they could blow that up at any given time.
Well, and that would take 15 years to build.
Yeah, 15 years. Plus, because every time you get close to something, they're going to bomb it, blow it up, because that's this is all they have, but it's the biggest card that's out there. And we're not going to, I don't know if we're going to attack their infrastructure. I would find it insane that we would do something like that, because I thought a big portion of this was to get the Iranian people on board. Right? I thought that was the whole thing, right? Remember, we're going to come out, we're going to help you, we're going to do all this kind of stuff. I thought that was kind of like, let's do this. We're going to get you guys up and running. And if you're going to try and go and kill a whole bunch of people, that is not going to, end well for everybody. It's going to become a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. And that nightmare, by the way, is going to fan out everywhere. Something else that's not talked about. Lebanon, you've got 1 million plus people that are already displaced. So where do they go? Well, they're going to be going into any place they think they can find safety. Now, if you did this here, where are they going to head? Everybody's going to try to get through wherever they can to try to get to Europe, somewhere safe. So this is potential to cause a nightmare across the board for all of us. So, but I don't think he is going to. I just don't. I don't foresee him going, hey, let's bomb their infrastructure. I mean, it's one thing to hit a bridge, but a desalination, because if you guys don't know anything, Tehran right now, there is very little water there. So for them to hit the desalination plants, for them to hit several others, that's going to cause the Iranians to go, okay, well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to hit the desalination in Saudi Arabia. And if they destroy that, Saudi Arabia and the rest of the Middle East would have about 2 weeks-ish of water, which is not, then you're talking about making something that is going to become a humanitarian crisis. So I think that's last resort. I do. I would like to think tonight he goes, we won, I declare victory, and we're going to leave. We're going to leave. Praise Allah, because that's what he said over the weekend. And he said,
open the strait, you crazy bastard.
He did. Said that. He said that. Right there. And what he should have really said is,
revamp our Stoke.
Which one sounds better?
That's really what this is all about.
Revamping they stole our Stoke. We need it back.
It's not regime change. It ain't nukes. It's revamping our Stoke.
Man, I'm telling you guys, revamp our Stoke.
Revamp our Stoke.
Guy's so awesome. Let's see if Bondi's got it right. Is it over 50,000? Man, Ken wasn't here for Bondi being fired.
Nope. I was catching that fish.
How long did it take you to get that fish in?
Only a couple of minutes. And that's just because the drag wasn't set right on the
the
reel.
Zebco?
Yeah, so I had to set the drag, and then I was able to get her in.
Get her in.
Big old fat lady, boy, full of eggs.
Full of it. What'd you do with her?
I released her.
Oh, fantastic. We're not going to do that with our big tuna.
No, we're going to sell it.
Yeah.
We're going to release it to the Japanese after a big fat check.
Yeah, no doubt. Big check. Actually, we would like it in petty cash.
10s and 20s, if you wouldn't mind.
Because when we get home, we want to look at everybody and go, guess what we did, guys?
Revamp our Stoke.
We did, right there. We revamp our Stoke. I want to catch a fish. We need to catch a fish where they got to strap us into one of those chairs, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Deep sea fishing.
Big time.
Captain Quint chair.
Yeah. Like,
Hoopa!
Hoopa! Oh, it's not a smart fish. It's a stupid fish. Yeah, you're not very smart, are you? So, yeah, you weren't here, man. You missed all the good stuff. I won last week, by the way.
Oh, you won the big one-hit wonder wrestling belt?
Yep, we did.
Way to go, boys.
Yeah, so.
Way to go, Brother Chad.
We let...
you beat Brother Bilal?
Yeah.
Man.
I had... what the hell did I have?
See, that's how bad it was. It's crap. Oh, you did. You know what? You had a good one that would have won on any other week, which was Ferguson. Turd Ferguson, Thunder Island.
Oh, yeah. Thunder Island. And what did you have?
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Why haven't I thought of that song?
I've already got mine picked out for this week.
I've already got mine done, too.
I got to do mine.
So, in fact, mine right now is one of the hottest songs in the world. Boom.
Son of a biscuit eater.
Oh, baby, it is. It is one of the hottest. And I'll tell you what, guys, when you guys hear it, you know what's going to happen?
Revamp our stove.
Absolutely. You know what's not going to happen?
Open the straight, you crazy bastard.
Never going to happen that way. Oh, goodness.
I just love the fact that he's not afraid to cuss. Because every other politician that you've ever seen in your lifetime has been so mealy-mouthed about the way they express things. And I just love when he's like, look, do it or I'm going to bomb your ass.
On Easter.
Yeah, on Easter, though. It was the Easter thing I think that people had a little problems with. I'm like, there's no way this is real. There's no way this is a real, truth.
Well, he's clearly converted to Islam, so I don't think he's too worried about Easter.
Yeah. Right. What did he say? He said, praise be Allah. Praise be Allah. Praise be Allah.
Open the straight, you crazy bastard.
Why did he do that?
I don't know.
Why did he say praise be Allah?
And then at the end, he's all praise be Allah. You're like, really? He's like, assalamu alaikum. I don't know how to sell it and say it, but congratulations.
Maybe it was a message to the Iranian people. That's why.
Sure. If it makes you feel better, Ken, you're right. It was totally a message to those people. Oh, and I'm going to blow you up otherwise, because if you guys don't do what I say, and of course, the most important thing is...
Open the straight, you crazy bastard.
Otherwise, we can't...
Revamp our stove.
And we need it.
Jake Tapper loved reading that.
Yeah.
Oh, he absolutely did.
He knew they were going to fix it.
Oh, well, they don't. Because they're not network television.
Oh, that's
so
right.
So they're not controlled by the FCC.
Okay,
so what they
we're
want.
Fixing it. He read it verbatim.
Yeah. So,
oh, man, Jake Tapper, he loved that.
Of course he did.
I get to read this. I get to read it.
And I saw several people who never cuss. They all who are all like the YouTuber, and they all did the same. Like, I'm going to read it verbatim. Verbatim.
This is me quoting the president now.
This is it. I'm just going to read it verbatim. It's the way it's going to go. So they did that thing, and away they went. All right, coming up, a lot of good stuff this hour. We're talking a little bit about the Andy Ogle stuff that I didn't get to last week when I wanted to, but it was Easter weekend. We were having a lot of fun. Some of his disdain he has, and some of that stuff he says about immigrants, getting rid of them all. How much money have they cost America, or have they helped America? What?
Is he wanting to get rid of the people that have moved here that are Islamic, or does he want to get rid of
everybody?
People?
I think he wants to get rid of everybody.
So now he's got to get rid of Trump.
Oh, that's right. Because Trump
thinking?
converted over the weekend. Trump converted. He did. I forgot. That's why he said, praise be Allah. So there you go, kids. You better watch out. It's all happening, and it's happening fast. If you're missing the show, shame on you. Grab the podcast. This is Chad Benzo, Super Talk 997. This weekend, we had some amazing food. We had chicken. It was incredible. Why? Because of Omaha Steaks. Right now, $35 off when you use my code Benson at checkout. It is incredible what they have going on right now. Massive sale. And protein. Man, we like protein. We all go to the store. We look at the meat. It's like, oh, my God, look how expensive it is. Imagine having better meat, right? Better protein. Doesn't matter what it is. You want, I don't know, just burgers. They'll do that for you. If you want USDA certified tender, juicy, amazing fillets wrapped in bacon, they've got that. All backed by a money-back guarantee. Or if you want a hodgepodge of everything they've got, they can do that. Take the guesswork out of dinner. Get the best protein around, delivered right to your door with my friends at Omaha Steaks. So what do? Go to omahasteaks.com, use my code Benson. You're going to save big. It's already a massive sale, like 50% off going on their spring sale right now. And when you use my code Benson, you're going to get an extra $35 off at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com. Use code Benson, save an extra $35 off at checkout. omahasteaks.com. Code Benson. See site for detailed terms may apply.
Iranian state TV says Iran has rejected a peace offer from the U.S. and offered up its own. President Trump's already rejected that, at least to the media. And way up there by the moon, a new record is set. We'll let you hear some of that coming up at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Sports program brought to you by NCA. National Certified Alarm. No long-term contracts. License number 645. We have fun with the news. People are like, why can't you guys be more serious? There's enough seriousness, okay? Out there? There is. We got enough seriousness. Although some people said we can't revamp our Stoke too fast because that'll push the Dow to 60,000.
I'd just be happy if we could get it back to 50 because life was so good then.
Life was good. Life was good. Very good. Revamping our Stoke. I don't know who you people think you are.
What was that? Revamping our Stoke?
Yeah. Because remember, we have to every once in a while.
Revamp our Stoke.
Revamp our Stoke.
Well, if we could get the Dow to 50,000, I think we would revamp our Stoke.
Wonder what she's going to do next. What a weird group gave her a job, Pam
Didn't
Bondi.
he reassign her or
well,
something?
he tried to, but then she went somewhere else. She's going to go to the private sector. You do worry.
That's I don't think that's a smart move on her part because, I've worked in the private sector. They expect results.
They do. They do expect results. They'll expect you to do something. Like,
I've worked in the private sector. They expect results.
It's going to be handing out binders to people for just regular stuff, and then I'll take those back. Oh, my Lord.
Phase 15.
Forget everything we told you. It's not going away, by the way. It is not going away. So it's not going away. That whole Epstein stuff is still dangling out there. And people are asking questions again. What did you expect? It was never going to go away. No matter how many times we go to the moon or get by the moon, or for some of you, never go to the moon, No matter how much this goes on, unless some chaotic goes on in Iran any more than it already is, eventually things will calm down. We'll come back, and they'll ask the question, you guys going to do anything else with this? And they still want her to testify. Because she's supposed to testify, I think, in 10 days?
Something like that.
Yeah. So this is going to be interesting to see if she does. You know, I think they thought, well, she's not there anymore, so why should she just know anything? Yeah, she knows enough. She knows enough. So Trump giving his, well, it looks like he's doing a Q&A. He looks better than he did the other night. I will say, was it Wednesday night when he did his speech? Man, he looked tired. He looked very just beat, probably frustrated as hell. Doesn't want to be in this thing in Iran. Who wants to be in this thing? Honestly, I mean, there's no win here for us. There isn't. And do I think they're going to come out tomorrow waving the white flag? No. Because the people who have the guns are still the people that were in charge before.
And they don't care.
And they don't care. Because the way they look at it is either if we give up, the people are going to try to kill us, or you're going to try to kill us. So the only way that we can survive is by fighting and staying in power for as long as possible and hoping that we make your life so miserable financially that you decide, okay, this is unsustainable, and we're going to have to try something else. And that's what they're. I mean, go look at Japan right now. Go look at the not just the Euros, but in Asia across the board. This stuff is starting to mount up. They're talking about already. They're close to being out of jet fuel. Europe, probably another week to 10 days, they're going to be out of jet fuel. And the cost of jet fuel is through the roof. So even having jet fuel, the cost of flying now is going to be, it's insane. It's not going to be worth it. As you say, might as well travel private. But that won't be worth it either.
Oh, I got to admit, that's just me being a little arrogant because I can afford it.
Yeah, absolutely. Bell says to me as the show the second hour starts, he goes, God, could you imagine having a job where you had to put on a tie every day, even Saturday and Sunday? Much that would suck.
It'd be the worst.
It would be. That'd be pretty awful.
We should do that one day and just freak everybody out.
We should all dress up one day. That would be good.
That would weird everybody out.
But you know what? We're only going to dress up top up. We'll still wear our shorts.
Wear jeans.
That's who we are. That's what we're about. We're not that crazy, okay? All right, coming up, got some Andy Ogle stuff. We'll talk a little bit about that. A bunch of other good stuff going on out there because there is some good stuff happening. Got the Final Four down to the Final Two tonight. Man, Arizona got smashed. Slap, 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 slap.
Who's favored tonight?
I would say Michigan.
Okay.
I would say Michigan. But UConn's, 3 of the last 4?
Something like that.
Man, that's tough, man. When you got to look.
It should be a really good game then.
It should be. It should be. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Bunch of other good stuff on the way. If you missed the show, shame on you. Grab the podcast. Happy Easter Monday. Chad Benson, Super Talk 987.
.1:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got a crash at 8th Avenue and Edge Hill. Also 24 eastbound at Briley Parkway now. That's off on the right shoulder there in Glencliff. Operation Epic Fury update. Iranian state TV says that Iran has rejected a peace offer from the U.S. and offered up its own. President Trump's already said that is not good enough. He said that if Iran doesn't agree to a ceasefire by 8 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow, he has promised strikes on Iran's civilian infrastructure. Meanwhile, retired general and former NATO Supreme Allied Commander Wesley Clark telling ABC News hitting targets has to be strategic and should lead to a diplomatic end to the war.
Yes, there are voices in Tehran that would like to get out of this, but there are other voices there in the IRGC that say this is our big opportunity. We've got the Strait of Hormuz. We've got the world at our fingertips. We've got control of it. They can't take it. Stand fast.
Meanwhile, the Israeli military says it attacked 3 airports in the Tehran area. And way up there by the moon, the crew of Artemis 2, now record breakers. They are now the humans who have traveled farther from Earth than ever before, breaking the previous record set by the crew of Apollo 13 in 1970.
Thank you, Integrity, and congratulations to you and the rest of the Artemis 2 team.
Yeah, the previous record was 248,655 miles from Earth. NASA said that at about 7:07 Eastern Time tonight, those 4 astronauts will travel a maximum distance of 252,760 miles from Earth. That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Weather Center. I'm WSMP4 First Alert Meteorologist Desmond Pietro. A chilly start to our day today, but mostly sunny this afternoon. With temperatures in the upper 60s to back to 70. We fall down to the 40s again tonight. Tomorrow we're in the
Wellness Institute of Nashville wants to get you back feeling better than ever before. You do not have to live in pain. This is what I want you to do. Right now, it's 47% off this year. Call 615-246-5009 or check out painisbad.com. Get over and see Dr. Mitchell. My doctor should be your doctor as well. They've got amazing things that innovation is just second to none, right? They got robot lasers, anti-gravity machines. They've got all of these things, but they also have, and they're the only ones to have it in Tennessee, a HydroWave machine. Right, stimulates your very own stem cells. It is incredible. So bring your MRI, right? Get over there and go see them. Start living that pain-free life. Whether you have back, neck pain, sciatic, slipped and bulging disc, herniated disc, you name it, they've got it, and they're ready to help you right now. 47% off, non-surgical decompression. Call them today. Do not live in pain another day. 615-246-5009, 615-246-5009, or painisbad.com for the Wellness Institute of Nashville. Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling present the Spring Breathe Easy package, designed to help homeowners clear out dust, allergens, pet dander. Oh my God, you know, you start sneezing, you feel it, right? So this powerful package includes AC tune-up plus professional indoor air quality check to make sure your air that you're breathing for your family is pure, is healthy, is clean. You're also going to receive a duct inspection and premium air duct cleaning, removing the buildup and that nastiness that's deep inside your systems. Plus, that's not all. Now, check this out. Busy Bee also installs whole home germicidal system to help reduce airborne contaminants with premium service. You're also going to get a bonus unit fog deodorizer, leaving your system fresh and clean, just like spring itself. So what are you going to do? So it's $11.99 on 1.5 or 3-ton systems, regularly $1,800, saving big, or $15.99 for the 3.5 to 5-ton units, regularly $2,100. Call Busy Bee today, 615-775-7833, or visit them online at busybeehvac.com today. No. Bell says to me, could you imagine being that airman that they picked up and they're like, hey, they said it was your fault and you're going to have to pay this out of your check for that.
No, I said
for the F-35.
I said they pick him up. He's like so grateful. It's like, I'm so glad you guys saved me. Thank you so much. And one of them leans down and goes, you're paying for that plane.
Yeah, that's out of your check. All right. How much? $82.5 million. Give or take. I don't know which one they were flying, but right around there. We're going to give you you know what? We're going to save you because we got a little insurance.
It was an F-15E.
So it was an E?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Hold on here. It gets worse for him. What do you think it cost?
200? Because it's stealth, right?
It's supposed to be. Obviously, it wasn't a stealth. 100 million.
Oh, it's only 50% off.
Yeah.
What's 100 million between friends?
Yeah. So he'll be fine. You know what? We're going to cut you. We're cutting you a deal. So be prepared. We're going to give you cost. Plus 10% for a restocking fee.
And to help you afford it, we're going to promote you to a 1-star.
You're going to be a 12-star. Otherwise, we're never going to get our money back. Oh, Lord. His name is Andy Ogles. You guys might recognize his dulcet tones.
You've got to deport, you've got to prosecute, you've got to denaturalize. Right now, 65% of individuals coming into this country, where do they end up? On welfare.
Crime, welfare, that's what he says. Is that true? It's the Cato Institute. They've done a deep dive into this. They think it's not as true as you think. In fact, they call it baloney.
It's just totally backwards. The entire narrative couldn't be more wrong. If you actually look at the crime numbers, every data source that we have, every single one that we've looked at shows the same story about immigrants and crime. They reduced the crime rate in the United States. Yes, there are more crimes committed when the population is larger, but if the crime rate is lower, then your likelihood of being a victim of a crime goes down.
How much so? So it's about 1,000 per natural born. Undocumented, it's about 700. And people that are here legally, they say it's about 350-ish, give or take. That is crime per 100,000. People that are arrested, that kind of stuff. Well, no, that can't be. Again, this for Andy is about, he's pushing hardcore an agenda that, and I said last week, the stuff he says, and we've seen it, it is, first of all, his fawning over Trump all the time, which is insane. Secondly, yeah, there's a, they're not saying totally whites only, but he's got a wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
The immigrants we have today and the recently arrived immigrants are the most productive immigrants we've ever had in America. It's basically the opposite of the story that's being told about them. They're not taking jobs. They're creating better jobs. And you can see this everywhere in the economy.
Some of you are like, there's no way that could happen. First of all, if you don't believe it can happen or you don't believe that's true, then, if facts and data mean nothing, then it doesn't pertain to you. Because so much of what happens is we live in a world now where facts only matter if they work on my stuff. If they don't work on my stuff, then I don't want to know. Then I'm just going to go away and just put my head down and continue to think what I think. Do immigrants create a lot of jobs? Of course they do. Yeah. By the way, you guys all know this. We bring in about 1 million people a year legally into this country, which is awesome. And they love America. They come here and they want to create jobs. They see America as that thing that we always talk about, that shining light on the hill. There's no doubt about that.
So again, you're advocating for the policy that kept the Jews in Europe to be killed, that excluded non-white immigration overwhelmingly.
Go back to Hart-Celler, back to the 1960s. Let's abolish it and, quite frankly, deport them all.
So he wants to get rid of Hart-Celler, which is back in the day. So you go back, it was 1965. It was an Immigration and Nationality Act where you couldn't have quotas like, there's 3 black people, so now I'm going to let 100 whites. He wants to get rid of it. So no preferential treatment. He wants preferential treatment, abolish the national origins quota, and things of that nature. And that's what I said. A lot of this, again, is for a specific group. He's also got a group that has, I think it's the Providence. I'm trying to think this is what they're called. A group that has given him an A+ on immigration. And they're hardcore white nationalists. And he proudly puts their ratings up there. And I'm like, really?
Maybe he just doesn't care if you're not totally on board with a white-only America or a Christian-only America. But most people in America don't agree with him on this.
He wants his country back. His country's still here. His country is still here. And again, some of it is theatrical. We recognize that. But a lot of other stuff is not as theatrical. I think it's the way that he feels. And some people say, well, he says what he says because, it's good for press and this, that, and the other. At what point in time do we tell people you can't be celebrities anymore? You can't just say stuff willy-nilly. When do we start holding their feet to the fire? And I'll get a ton of texts right now for people who go, I don't know if that's true about those numbers and stuff. But I do know that I'm not a big fan of Andy. But they create jobs. Small business, 1 out of every 7 Americans in the private sector is created by immigrants. What? Yeah. 25% of all new employer business in the U.S. are launched by immigrants. In some states like New Jersey, it's almost 40%. Large-scale employment. 46.2% of Fortune 500 companies were founded by immigrants or their children. Collectively, 15.4 million people worldwide generate trillions and trillions of dollars. Yeah. And the other thing is they pay taxes. Even the ones that are here illegally, which has helped prop up our debt, which is massive. It would be a lot bigger. It's not as simple as throw everybody out of here. There's a lot more to it than this. But when you flirt around with, I want everybody to look like me, that's a scary thing. I don't think anybody should be a fan of that. I don't think anybody should be. Maybe you guys are fine with that. No. So we're going to see what happens in the future. But we've got a lot of people out there that have been saying some stuff, and it should make you feel uncomfortable, right? And the way that they use religion also, again, should make you feel a little wee uncomfortable. Just a smidge, I would hope. So those stats are from the left on criminal immigration. So that's from the Cato Institute. You can go to the Heritage Foundation. They also will come up with the exact same thing. You can't, here's the thing. Everybody wants to pick and choose certain things. You don't want it to be true because you've listened to somebody for years tell you, Iran's got 2 weeks to get a bomb. I'm 50 years old. And since I was a kid, Iran has had 2 weeks to get a bomb. They had 2 weeks to get a bomb last year. Then we blew up and destroyed everything. Now they've rebuilt. You're being told things. We all get told things. And if you step back and say, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what really is going on. Right? Are we getting the absolute truth from our leaders? I would say no. I don't think we do. We get what they want us to hear. Both sides do it. They tell their side of the story. Whatever that side is, that they want you to hear. And they're going to pick and choose. And everybody does it. And so you have to go deep inside the numbers. And in today's world, because everybody has an agenda, it becomes harder and harder to get to the bottom. Ken and I talk about this all the time. If you want to know the truth about something, you better be prepared to do a ton of research. And people ask me why I get up so early. Well, I'm starting to wonder why I get up so early. But it's because I want to know. And so if I'm going to talk about whether it is something local, I want to figure out all the stuff I can about it rather than just, fly off and go. If I want to talk about, say, mail-in ballots or people voting illegally, when they do a deep dive, I want to find out what the reality is. Because you should want to know. But if you're not willing to accept some of these things, then it doesn't matter. And yeah, both sides will lie to your face on a daily basis. Absolutely. Because it's in their best interest. And I've always come back, they use fear because fear is the easiest thing to use. Man, it's so easy to use. If I can scare you, I could sit there and go, I could reason with you, tell you all of these things and paint a picture for you, or screw it, I'll just scare you. It's easier. It's easier. It is. So, and so I think we take a step back and go, what's the real, and do you want to know the truth? That's the other side of it. How many of you really want to know, or are you just not going to accept? Because if you're not going to accept, then, don't waste your time, right? Talking to people. Because I see it all the time because I deal with this stuff on another level where I have to deal with people all over, and I'll go on other shows and stuff, and we'll debate about all kinds of things. And, everybody's got this is what I think. Great. Let's do the facts. Let's do the data. Data over dogma. There's a guy named Dan McClellan. He's a Bible scholar. I love what he says, that data over dogma. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. And sometimes the data tries to be good, but it's not full. We get that. It's not always going to be perfect. You could search, and you could do as much as you can. Sometimes you're not given the data that's all there. You get 70% of the data. It's like when they do the jobs, right? So last week, jobs numbers were great. That's fantastic. What happens in a month from now? They'll revise those job numbers. They'll either they'll go down because they never go up. It would be great if they did. And then they'll figure out exactly what it is. Why? Because the data we get is only a certain amount of data. So they're guesstimating across. It's a horrible way that we do this. They're guesstimating over a certain time period of how many jobs are created. So you can only do so much. But you've also got to be willing to go, oh, wow, I was wrong on that. I didn't know that. That sucks. My bad. And that's the thing. People don't want to know that because we live in a tribal world and everybody has this thing where they're terrified to piss the tribe off, to say something that'll go against Trump or that'll go against the wackadoos out there with the purple hair. Everybody puts themselves in a position where they're in a tribe and it's more about the tribe, not about the truth. And we need more truth. I like truth. Truth is good. I like the data over the dogma. And if the data says this is this, now you go, well, do I want it? If that's true, then should we kick everybody out of here? Maybe not everybody. Should we figure out how to get rid of the bad ones? Absolutely. How we can take the people that came here and have been here for a while and maybe figure out what we're going to do with them in a way that's different, that benefits America as well, especially considering we're not producing children, which is another data thing that we should pay attention to. All right, coming up. Basketball tonight. I'm not going to win. Man, I had it all. I got UConn. I had Arizona. I'm like, UConn's going to win. Arizona. I got up to like the 150,000 on ESPN. I was doing great. And Arizona got smacked. Absolutely boat raced. Tell you why they aren't going to win UConn tonight. Tell you why Michigan is going to win, among other things. Straight ahead, Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Relief Factor is amazing, incredible. We love it. Take it every single day. My wife and I. Helps with so many things. So I'm working out more, and I love it. Losing weight, trying to put on some muscle. The more I lift, the sore you would get. So Relief Factor helps me, but it also helps me from the day-to-day stuff. Just as getting older, and that's why I love Relief Factor. It's got omega-3 fatty acids, resveratrol, all this amazing stuff that is packed into an incredible supplement you take every single day. It's not addictive. It's also got black pepper extract, which is going to help your body absorb more of it, which is incredible. Right now, try a 3-week quick start. So this 3-week quick start is $19.95. So it's less than $20. They're going to lose money on it, but they believe that you're going to love this and your body's going to feel better and you're just going to feel better. Get out of pain and do it with Relief Factor. right? This is the everyday stuff. This is not about going to get surgery. This is about just that stuff that, well, the everyday living that can sometimes kick our butt. Relief Factor can help you with that. Go to ReliefFactor.com, ReliefFactor.com, or call 800-4RELIEF, 800, the number 4RELIEF for Relief Factor.
All right, drivers, couple of problems out there to tell you about. Got a crash in Nashville. That's going to be Lebanon Pike, just west of Spence Lane. And then Mount Juliet, southbound Mount Juliet Road is backed up all the way to the interstate due to that construction there at Central Pike. And President Trump promising to hit civilian targets in Iran. We'll tell you what he wants in order to avoid that, coming up at 2 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
You guys are going to want to hear this. Earlier today, it was the egg roll at the White House. Trump sitting down with some of the kids, having a very deep conversation to one of the kids about Biden and the auto pen.
Biden would use the auto pen. He'd have an auto pen problem. Joe Biden, he didn't sign. He was incapable of signing a signature. So they'd follow him around with this big machine, you know what it's called? An auto pen. And he'd have the auto pen signed for him. He'd take the paper, hand it to his guys, sign it with an auto pen, give it back. It's not too good, right?
I wonder how old the kid was.
Oh, I'm looking at him. He can't be more than, Charlie's age. It's an auto pen. He was signing it. It was crazy. Yeah, I don't know why he did that. It was because he didn't know his name. That's why he did. The kid's just trying to color the egg. That's all he wants to do. Just want to color the egg. That's it, sir. And he's sitting there, I think it's great. What do you think we should do with Iran? Should I blow him up?
Yeah, I want to see a big boom.
Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. So last night, UCLA boat raced South Carolina. Boat raced them. And the handsome women from UCLA won. That's the women's side. The men's game is tonight, and a couple people now have said, do not jinx Michigan. So apparently I'm supposed to talk good about UConn.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Michiganders right here in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, so I will. Let me tell you something about UConn. 3 of the last 4, they've been there. They know how to do it. They're a strong team. What they're going to do is they're going to try to slow the game down. They're going to make this a game of keep it close. They're never going to run away with it. Michigan's big and strong, but they know how to win, and they got a coach that knows how to win. Am I doing okay, guys? You guys feeling better about this? I'm picking UConn on this one. That way, maybe you guys feel better about it.
UConn doesn't have a chance.
No way. No way. A Wolverine would absolutely destroy a Husky.
Oh, wait a minute. We're supposed to do the reverse.
Yes, we're supposed to.
Michigan doesn't have a chance.
No,
tonight.
no way. No chance. Because the Husky would absolutely. By the way, Pauly Market, 74% Michigan.
I think Michigan has 2 players over 7 foot tall, don't they?
Yeah, that's tall.
Yeah, but they're no good.
That is tall.
They're just tall. They're no good.
Absolutely, they're not. They don't even know how to play. Every time they go to shoot, it's like watching Potsy when he played basketball in half-page. Throws it right over the backboard because he's so strong. Potsy's so strong.
That'd be great if Michigan came out in really short shorts like they did.
Oh, like back in the day.
70s.
All Jeff Hornacek and that. Was his name Stockton? Stockton wore them
John
short
Stockton.
shorts. Oh, man. So so we don't think Michigan has any chance of winning tonight. They think they're going to get boat raced. You're welcome. All right. Watch UConn go out tonight. Just play the game of their life.
I'm going for the Big Blue.
The Big Blue. He picked it, not me. I mean, my money may or may not be on the Big Blue. Just letting you guys know. All right. Oh, my Lord. All right, coming up, hour number 3 of the program. If you missed any of the show, we say shame. Grab the podcast. We've got stuff that's happening in space that's awesome. Could we bomb Iran? That is also a possibility. A bunch of other good stuff on the way. Chad Benson Show, Super Tough, 99.7.
Two o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Full forecast in 5 minutes. Operation Epic Fury. President Trump promising to hit civilian targets in Iran if the regime does not agree to a deal to end the war by 7 o'clock Middle Tennessee time tomorrow night. Meanwhile, retired general and former NATO Supreme Allied Commander Wesley Clark telling ABC News about what the rules of engagement are when it comes to certain civilian targets.
Got to consider whether this is dual use infrastructure. So if it's purely for civilians, then it's off limits. If it's being used for military purposes, then depends on the legal review. It can be struck.
Meanwhile, Israel says it attacked 3 airports in the Tehran area today. CIA Director John Ratcliffe said the U.S. deployed both human assets and, quote, exquisite technologies that no other intelligence service in the world possesses to find the weapons system officer during that rescue operation in Iran this weekend.
Following the successful exfiltration on Saturday night, our intelligence reflects that the Iranians were embarrassed and ultimately humiliated by the success of this audacious rescue mission.
And way up there by the moon,
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Michelle Franzen. The crew of Artemis 2 began their flyby of the moon this past hour, setting a new distance record for human travel in space, going beyond Apollo 13's previous record, 248,655 miles in the 70s. Artemis 2 specialist and Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jeremy Hansing having the honor of marking the historic moment.
From the cabin of integrity here as we surpass the furthest distance humans have ever traveled from planet Earth. We do so in honoring the extraordinary efforts and feats of our predecessors in human space exploration.
NASA and Mission Control also congratulating all 4 astronauts.
Thank you, Integrity, and congratulations.
The
to
lunar
you and
test flight on track. In the coming hours, the Orion space capsule will lose communications for roughly 40 minutes during its flyby on the dark side of the moon. This is ABC News.
Happy Easter! The gas is free. Here's ABC's Wayne Cabot.
Cars stretched for blocks this Easter weekend in at least 2 cities where churches gave away gasoline to ease the strain of rising gas prices. A driver in Minneapolis-St. Paul who filled up his tank with $30 of free gas called it a blessing. 2 South Florida churches did the same thing to support the community during these tough financial times. Wayne Cabot, ABC News.
Yeah, so did a church in Knoxville, hosted by Overcoming Believers Church. Hundreds of drivers getting about $20 in fuel during that Easter weekend giveaway. By the way, here in Middle Tennessee, Gas Buddy putting the average price per gallon at $3.84. That's 85 cents higher since last month. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
What is up, everybody? Happy Easter Monday. Chad Betts Show, the sports program brought to you by NCA, National Certified Alarm No Long-Term Contracts, license number 645. Woo, tell you what. So we broke the record And by we, I mean other people that were in the sky breaking the furthest we've ever been. They let the Canadian talk. What?
Yeah, from the cabin of integrity here as we surpass the furthest distance humans have ever traveled from planet Earth. We do so in honoring the extraordinary efforts and feats of our predecessors in human space exploration.
But we just also like to say scoreboard.
What's all that about?
So glad Jim Lovell wasn't here to see this.
What's all that about? Let me tell you what it's about. The Canadians think that this guy's the tallest guy and he's going to be in the lead. He's going to try to sneak his head above everybody else.
That's right. They're going to try to claim it.
He shouldn't even be on that ship.
No, he shouldn't be.
Maybe they ought to kick him out.
Absolutely. Right now.
On the right to the curb.
Get out of here. I don't know who you think you are. Being on here. You sneak on here. You didn't even have any real training. You had Canadian training.
Sorry.
Sorry, eh? Canadian training is like 60% of American training. Because we go above and beyond. That's why we're in space.
Thank you, Integrity, and congratulations to you and the rest of the Artemis II team.
You're welcome.
Except the Canadian.
Except for the Canadian guy, eh? At the end, they have to have their own announcer. Congratulations, Jeremy, eh? You've gone further than any other Canadian, you know, eh?
Did they play any Rush to wake him up?
No. They've been playing music, though. Lots of music.
Well, it's all American. They need to play some Canadian.
I'd play Rush and Triumph.
Are they Canadian, too?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're not going to go with Glass Tiger? Don't forget me when I go.
Yeah, a lot of choices in that catalog.
Bryan Adams.
Now, Brian, you do have plenty of choices.
Yeah, well, Brian is he's the Canadian that's on everybody's album.
Yeah.
He's the Michael McDonald of Canada.
Yeah.
He is.
So, hey, Brian, want to be all sure, you know?
You bet.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. Hold on. I got to go sing another Disney soundtrack song with three other guys who look kind of like me.
And Aldo Nova.
What?
And Aldo Nova.
And Aldo Nova. Yeah, the most greatest Canadian, eh? One of them, you know. But he was robbed, you know, of all the cool stuff.
We will continue our journey even further into space before Mother Earth succeeds in pulling us back to everything that we hold dear. But we, most importantly, choose this moment to challenge this generation and the next to make sure this record is not long-lived.
There you go. By the way, people are throwing out their Canadian bare naked ladies.
Oh, I didn't know they were Canadian.
Yeah, they're Canadian.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll be.
God, do you know how many Junos they've won? I don't know. Is that even really an award? Who wants to win a Juno, eh?
It's a Canadian Grammy, so I would say it's not a real reward.
It's a Cammy. Canadian Grammy. Who wants a Cammy, eh? Oh, it's like an ashtray.
Alanis Morissette. They could play her.
Oh, yeah, she's Canadian. Who else is Canadian?
Oh, yeah, she is.
Anybody? Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Celine Dion. Oh, she's coming back to do concerts now that she doesn't have that disease.
Stiff person syndrome.
Stiff person. She found out it was because of her husband.
So she doesn't have it?
She does. But apparently she doesn't have it bad enough to not. You would think the further away you got from your announcement that you have the whatever weird that causes her muscles to essentially become
cement.
Yeah, like cement. You think the further away you got, the worse it would get. But now she's at the point where she's like, I could probably tour.
Interesting.
And I need the money.
Yeah, that's right. Because I'm Celine Dion. So, we got Rush, we got Triumph. Was there a band called Oxo? Weren't they awful? Canadian band? They probably won a Juno.
Oxo.
A Juno, eh? How's it going there, you know? Bare naked ladies. As long as there's no fish. There's no fish in space. There's no fish. Forgive my innocence, but is this the furthest that any human's gone? Yeah, this is absolutely the furthest we've gone ever.
But he was asking what the record was and how far Tom Hanks and Bill Paxton were going.
Oh, yeah.
This would still be the record.
Yeah, this is about 4,600 miles
Yeah,
farther out.
By the way, guys, we forgot one great band.
Who?
Nickelback.
Nickelback, yeah.
Sum 41.
Oh, April Wine.
April Wine.
Avril Lavigne.
Shania Twain. Right?
Really?
Yeah, she's Canadian.
I did not know that.
So
what about Ambrosia? Was Ambrosia
They
Canadian?
should. Gordon Lightfoot. Oh, my God. They should just have him on there. Just just singing a song. Just, oh, God. See, there you guys go. April Wine. Not a fan. I don't really know much about April Wine.
Had a couple of good songs.
Sign of the Gypsy Queen and Just Between You and Me.
Yeah, stupid. That's
I like that Gypsy Queen song.
Yeah, I'm going to go with no. Skid Row, they're not Canadian, are they?
No.
Yeah, bite your tongue.
Well, Sebastian Bach is, but the rest of the band's not.
Okay. Well, there's only 4 of them in the sky, so 3 are Americans, 1's Canadian. You could probably get away with Sebastian Bach being, Skid Row being kind of.
You think they let the Canadian speak because he was feeling left out?
Oh, absolutely.
They're probably picking on him.
Yeah, they're probably.
Whenever the cameras are off, they're picking on him.
They're like, Jeremy, CBC wants to talk to you.
They're giving him wedgies.
They're doing stuff like, let's take a Stark for a minute. And then it's still left on. It's like, guys, you got to stop picking on Jeremy. He keeps calling and whining all the time. They're beating
Tired of hearing his crying.
Oh, Christy, you got to stop doing stuff. You got to stop throwing poo at him.
His mama only packed 3 pair of underwear.
Oh, Lordy.
Guess who?
Yeah. Oh.
Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Oh, that's right. Anne Murray.
Yeah.
Oh, Anne Murray. Justin Bieber.
Man, I didn't know there were so many
Oh,
Canadians.
Voivod's from Canada. Voivod.
Who the hell's
The metal
that?
band that Jason Newsted played for after leaving Metallica.
Well, I'll be.
Michael Bublé. He's Canadian.
Well, I'll be.
Not really a part of This Is Canada or not, but hey, 8843. My uncle was the original drummer for Ambrosia.
All right.
Who's Klaatu? Is that real?
Yes.
That sounds like
I love
Klaatu.
Ambrosia. That's a good band.
That is a
Cowboy Junkies.
good band, horrible dessert. Ambrosia was their first album.
Steppenwolf formed in Toronto.
Oh, man.
Were they really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be.
Shame.
Skinny
Son of a
puppy.
biscuit eater.
Bieber would be fun, right? You could do baby, baby, baby. Oh, it's baby.
The new pornographers.
A new.
Well, that seems like it's a little bit much to play in space. Bell's ruining space for everybody.
I just wanted to say pornographers on the air.
He did.
How about Snow? Isn't he Canadian? Drake, he's Canadian.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
He's definitely Canadian.
Come on, America. We got to step up our game.
Yeah. Who we playing?
Tragically Hip.
Are they Canadian?
Yep.
Oh, God, it gets worse.
I bet you Cannibal Corpse isn't Canadian.
Steppenwolf? So I said Bryan Adams because he is the greatest Canadian of all. Has he been knighted or whatever they do in Canada? Snowman?
It's been Snowman.
You've been snowman, eh?
Oh, wait. He's been mounted.
That is awesome. You got
No,
mounted.
Cannibal Corpse is from Buffalo.
Oh, phew. That's kind of Canada.
It's
like
too close.
That's very close. That's a bridge away from being Canadian. You know what they should do? They should just play, was it Bob and Doug McKenzie for him?
Yeah.
That's all he gets. And only pipe to him. The rest of us get cool, fun songs. Canadians, you guys. Can't believe it. So we're in space. So we're going to see, they're going to see, we're not going to see anything unless you believe that we're going to get these pictures and you're going to think it's that, which I do. So maybe we're going to get these pictures and maybe they're going to be those things.
I'm going to go home tonight and rewatch that Flat Earth video because I just loved watching that guy's head about twist off.
Which one?
Oh, there was these 2 flat earthers and they're just going ballistic because this is all NASA lying to us. None of this is real. And one of them I thought was going to have an aneurysm in the middle of freaking out about this.
Why? Because the
Earth is flat. We can't orbit the Earth.
So where are we going? Is the moon real? I've never figured out.
No,
Did
the
they
moon
think
is
the moon
flat too. All planets are flat.
The moon's just a hole in the ceiling that light goes through.
Like a light bright?
What he said.
Like a light bright? Remember light brights?
Yeah.
I was trying to tell my kids about light brights a couple months ago. I'm like, this is what we used to have as a computer. You would have to go into your closet and make things. Oh, my God. When you think about it, you're like, oh, that's right.
And if you wanted to look something up, it had to be a set of 1967 Britannica encyclopedias.
Yeah, anything that happened after 67, you're just guessing. It gets to 67. We never landed on the moon, but you guys already thought that. I've I've been to a couple places where, like, it's so weird. I was in LA, I was in Sacramento, and I was at one of those, farmers markets. And then but it was a nighttime one, and somebody had set up the flat Earth booth, right? Because this guy was serious, and you could sit there and you go like, you make some interesting and compelling arguments. I think you're nuts, but you know what? Good for you. I mean, I don't think they should kick you off YouTube. So, do they not believe the moon is round? What do they think that is?
I don't know. I think they're all crazy. They're all just. They're nuts.
And they all think that the Antarctic, right, has a big wall that we can't see over.
Antarctica is actually a big ring around the edge of the Earth that keeps us from going over.
It's a guardrail.
That's right. That's what it is. What's on the other side? It's
space.
Like space?
Dinosaurs.
Is there even space? Or is it just dirt?
I don't know. I guess it's probably just dirt. If we dig far enough, we're going to end
That's
up
right. Where God forgot to draw. He was an animator. He just stopped drawing.
Yeah, I'm done.
Emptiness. I've always been fascinated by people who believe that. Like, okay, I can like, you don't believe that we went to the moon. All right, that's easy. But no matter how many times you show people the curvature of the Earth and we fly around it, like, where do they think? I'm just fascinated.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is always trying to come up with a fresh way to explain that the Earth is not a flat object, it's a sphere. And the newest one he came up with is if you're in a tall hotel or a tall office building, depending on what floor you are on, you will see sunset at a later time.
Right.
Like if you're on a low floor, you'll see it pretty early. If you're on a high floor, you're going to see it later. And no matter what he comes up with, no matter what explanation he brings, they're just like, I don't believe you. That's not true. It's flat. It's cookie shaped.
Yeah, and if that was true, and this is true, that like Oklahoma and Tennessee are in the central time zone.
Yes.
But at 6 o'clock in the morning, it is lighter here. It's still pitch dark in Oklahoma.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we were flat, everybody would be the same.
Yeah, everybody would be the same. It's so true, right? Everybody would be the exact same, but we're not. God, it's so and I know that last year they took those some of the biggest flat earthers. They took them to Antarctica or somewhere. And they showed them, right? They set up their stuff like if it moves, then it means that we're really on that this is actually round and it's not flat. And sure enough, it was the shadow. It moved, and then everything went dark, and they were all freaking out. They're like, "Oh my God, it's fake! He sold us out." You can't win.
They're gonna leave us here.
You can't win.
You really can't. You're arguing with somebody who does not have a basis in rational thinking. So it's kind of a fool's errand to try to debate them or show them the error of their ways.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, because they are so because it's become their identity, so they're not going to let that go.
Right.
Because if you are somebody who's got 300,000 followers on YouTube and you make your living being the person who is the flat earther and then you found out the earth is round, well, guess what? It doesn't work anymore for you. So, by the way, somebody says time zones are a psyop. I like that, Nelson. If
I was making huge money off of my YouTube channel and I was a science denier of any kind, I'd be like, the earth is shaped like a swastika. Just continue to pump that out there.
Just prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong. Well, he can't. How do I know those are real pictures? And then nowadays you can fake up your own pictures.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter.
Oh, man.
See, this is the scary thing is nowadays you can fake up stuff to the point where you have enough plausible deniabilities to say I'm right, even though in your mind, because some of these guys have to know, I'm probably, this one I may not be winning, right? Oh,
but the thing is it's just as improbable to say the earth is flat as it is to say it's shaped like a swastika.
Yeah.
That's there is science that shows you it has to be a sphere. It has to be.
But they don't get it. But they also, you know what? They probably are still trying to figure out what kind of control that the government has on gravity. Because that's some sort of
Well, that's
machine
a
they built.
government created. We didn't have gravity before government, Chad.
Oh, that's right. Larry says, I worked with a flat earther, and I would just show him the video of the Red Bull guy jumping from the stratosphere. Fake. Absolute fake. Oh, you flat earthers. I love it. All right, coming up, who knows what else we'll talk about? What other science fun could we come up with? And what other Canadian band can wake up old Larry, or whatever that guy's name is, in our spaceship?
Yeah, he's in our spaceship.
He's in our spaceship. I hope they give him not a lot of credit.
He better have paid to ride.
Yeah,
I hope they're giving him wedgies.
Space wedgies. Jeff Fitz is so Super Talk 987. Board Capital right now wants to give you a free second opinion on what's going on with your retirement, with your investments. They're up really nice. Why is that? And they'll tell me, Chad, because we own oil. I'm like, thank goodness you own oil because I'm working with you. And that's great. They look at opportunities like this, even as unpleasant it is, because they realize, guess what? Markets go up, markets go down. How can you take advantage of them? How can you protect yourself to the downside? They would love to sit down and give you a free Know Your Risk portfolio review. It doesn't cost you anything but a little bit of time. They'll go through everything, show you where things are great, show you where maybe that you're in positions that maybe you shouldn't be in or that could hurt you. It's that simple. Doesn't cost you anything but a little bit of time. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com. That's KNOW podcast.com. Sign up for Bulwark Capital's Know Your Risk portfolio review. It's absolutely free for you. Know Your Risk. Podcast.com. Investment advisory service offered through Check Financial LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Investment involved risk, not a guarantee. Past performance, not guarantee future results. Check 2647.
All right, still dealing with this crash, drivers. Going to be Lebanon Pike just west of Spence Lane. And then that construction there, South Mount Juliet Road, there at Central Pike. Southbound South Mount Juliet Road backed up all the way to the interstate. And President Trump reiterates his ultimatum to the Iranian government. Got that coming up at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
And a good Monday morning to you. Some major news out of the Middle East overnight.
Reports of a plan for peace now on the table. It is April 6th. This is Today.
Live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
Pretty shot of the sun coming up. Good morning. Welcome to Today on this Monday morning. We are so glad you started your week with us, and it is good to be home.
Yes, it is good to have you back at home.
Well, here we go. Ready or not.
Yeah.
Let's do the news.
Yes, so good to have you back.
Savannah, Guthrie back. after, God, is that still weird? Just gone.
It is, man. It's terrible.
And just, we don't have anything.
And now you're starting to see articles pop up about how they screwed up this in the beginning and the investigation was compromised this way. It's like, are we just at the point where we want somebody to blame?
Yeah. I mean, she probably feels like there needs to be somebody to blame. I mean, I get it.
This isn't her. This is like other agencies and magazines
But I think for her, because it's so weird, she just disappeared. But you know what? Last week we talked about, they talked about the aliens. You weren't here, Ken, but there's 5 people missing now that were in some way, shape, or form in New Mexico that worked on the base that
they were all connected.
McCasland worked on.
Interesting.
Actually, I think it's up to 8.
Yeah, just gone. Like one of them died in a mysterious car crash. 2 other ones just gone. One of them, they said, was walking on the side of the road with no phone, no clothes. Last time anybody saw her.
Okay.
No clothes?
Like she didn't have a suitcase or anything.
Oh.
She was just gone, just walking down the side of the road. I mean, like on a highway in the desert.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bizarre. And the same thing here. This lady just disappeared. We saw somebody show up.
Yeah.
That's as far as we got.
Somebody with like weird fat gloves.
Yes.
And then a pistol in a holster that it looked like a toy holster.
Yeah.
Just a weird story.
It is so bizarre.
I mean, what do you think? Do you think that those demands early on were legit, but since they didn't get anything, they just figured, oh, well, never mind.
I think a few of them, I think 1 or 2 of them may have been legit, but there were so many things where people decided, well, we're going to be funny about it.
Yeah, we can take
And
advantage.
I have a feeling chances are they just said, well, this isn't going to work, and who knows what happened to her.
Well, and they just supposedly got another ransom note.
Yeah.
It's like, what do these things say?
And there's
we
no
need 50
proof.
million in bullion?
Yeah, there's no proof of life. It's not like you're sending somebody a proof of life.
Right.
Where you say, look, she's still alive, and we're serious. But everybody from the local to the FBI did something where it seemed like this lady had no chance.
Man.
And just disappeared. Gone. Whew. You're like, what the hell? And, she went back today. She was wearing yellow because, missing people, that's one of the things. And, she said, let's do it. Let's get to it because she probably feels, a lot of people thought she was going to come back, but she probably feels like it gets her mind off of it. It's time to get back to some normal way of life rather than just sitting around waiting for something.
Yeah.
So, which is just, it's awful. It's just awful. Abducted by aliens. You never know.
You don't.
You have no idea. None. Zero, zilch, nada.
This New Mexico story, though, you boys are talking about, that something's going on. Something is going on. People don't just disappear like that.
Not like that.
It's very coincidental.
Yeah. So coincidental that all of them worked with some sort of material that had to do with propulsion and special super top secret stuff.
Yeah.
And they all in the same area and gone. Like if 8 people went missing from your work in the space of like 3 months, you'd be like, we are having some serious issues.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Yeah, something's wrong. So very interesting. All right, coming up, probably talk a little about Iran. Will we or won't we tonight? Trump, of course, great Christian message.
Open the straight, you crazy bastard.
That's what he tweeted out or truthed out yesterday. Talk a little bit about that because some of your text messages as well. Grab the podcast if you're missing the show because you know what? Shame on you. Chad Benson Show, Super Tech 99.7.
Shame, shame, shame. You should have known better.
.2:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast in 5 minutes. And Operation Epic Fury, President Trump reiterating his ultimatum to the Iranian government.
We're giving them till tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And after that, they're going to have no bridges. They're going to have no power plants. Stone Ages, yeah. So,
Meanwhile, the Iranian regime has said they will continue to fight the U.S. and block the Strait of Hormuz to most maritime traffic. And the crew of Artemis II, now record breakers, going farther from Earth than any other humans since Apollo 13 in 1970. This is Mission Specialist 2 and Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen talking to Mission Control at the record-breaking moment.
Yeah, from the cabin of integrity here as we surpass the furthest distance humans have ever traveled from planet Earth. We do so in honoring the extraordinary efforts and feats of our predecessors in human space exploration.
So the previous record was 248,655 miles from Earth by about 6:07 Middle Tennessee time tonight. They will travel a maximum distance of 252,760 miles from Earth. And the madness coming to a close. The NCAA Men's Basketball National Championship game is set. Michigan to face off against UConn tonight. Here's ABC's Will Reeve.
UConn going for their third national championship in 4 years. Michigan hasn't won one since 1989. That's who's playing tonight. To get here, UConn had that wild last-second win over Duke in the Elite Eight. Then they took care of Illinois in the Final Four. Michigan completely dominated Arizona in their Final Four game.
Go Blue! That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're mostly sunny for the rest of this week. We're near on Thursday and into today on Friday. We'll stay dry through the weekend with temperatures in the upper 70s to back.
United Structural Systems. Guess what? Local. All right? They're foundation and waterproof experts. They live here. They understand the homes here, and they understand the weather, the soil, and how homes behave here. They've been here since 1994. 30,000 happy customers, plus, have trusted USS, and you should as well. All right? And they've seen everything. And at a time when we're going to have some more rain, things are starting to happen. Guess what? You want to make sure everything's good. Foundation, is it good? Right? Did something happen during the storm where maybe you got water in places that you can't see? Every crack tells a story. So you want to make sure there's no water intrusion, crawl space moisture, any of that stuff, and all the other things can happen. I mean, wood rot, mold, you want none of that. They're going to make sure they take the guesswork out of it because they don't need that, right? That's not what they do. Give you a free inspection. They're the experts. They're going to diagnose it. Why? Because they're people who know what happens here in our soil, and they know Tennessee homes. That's why USS is amazing. That's what I want you to do. Call USS today, 615-488-7855. They'll come out and give you a free inspection. Not going to charge you anything. Not going to sell anything you don't need. That's 615-488-7855. Or check them out online at USSTN.com. Rocking and rolling on this Monday, day after Easter. Did you guys get everything you wanted? Did Easter Bunny come to your house, give you $50?
No, unfortunately.
I didn't even get a chocolate bunny.
I think Fritz scared him away.
Fritz will do that. I was looking at this woman who's like, my adult kids still want Easter Bunny to come. So she tried to put what seemed to be steps, like Easter Bunny hopping, and instead they look like giant wieners.
Oh, that's always a risk you take when you're trying to do that.
She's like, my kids still want this. I'm like, whoa, what's the Easter Bunny doing at your house? Yeah, Easter Bunny just called our house. Said, hey, give the kids $50. Tell them sorry I couldn't make it there. I thought you guys were moving. Oh, God, that's crazy.
We missed Panda Fest on Friday.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh, man, we miss everything.
We do.
We were discombobulated last week because Ken wasn't here and he was out catching giant fish without us.
Big pregnant fish.
Not getting us a boat.
He was out noodling.
Noodling himself.
You ever explain that to somebody who's like from a different country? We're going to go noodling. What's that? It's where we jump in the water and we stick our hands.
Don't ask any questions. Just get off in that water and stick your hands up underneath that.
Stick your hands up under there and let's just hope there's no snapping turtles.
And when you feel the pain, start pulling.
Start noodling. And if you happen to get a snapping turtle, well, you won't feel much for a minute, and then you'll have a nub.
Won't let go till it thunders.
Oh, God, those things are so ferocious.
They're dinosaurs, man.
They are. That snap, oh. Man, I was, if you guys watch the YouTube, so Jay from Prehistoric Pets, he's maybe the first, even before Brian, doing these things. I used to work for Jay for years, and I went with Jay to, if you go on there, I mean, his animals are super famous. He's just incredible. Provides a lot of these animals you see for the movies and whatnot. So we went to Florida, and at the time, his daughters are kind of run everything now. They were tiny. And we went canoeing.
All right.
Just want to tell you guys something. Have you guys ever been canoeing in Florida? All right? Just want to tell you something. Right, first of all, the guy that's renting you the canoe sounds a bit like this.
Revamp our stoke.
Okay? So he's caring big time. What's going on in your world? He's like, all right, guys, check it. You guys get in the canoe. These are paddles. And you just go that direction. All right? In a couple hours, you'll be wherever it is that you're going to be. Somebody will pick you up on the other side. All right? Cool. All right, have fun. Right, so that's...
Good luck.
Watch out for them gators.
No. Yeah, there's a couple of them out there. First 30 minutes, man, it's fun. We're having a good time. Right? But Jay's got his young daughter with me, Jay and my buddy Jeff, and his other daughter in the other. And by the way, they're both big guys. They're both rowing. It's me and like a 3-year-old. She's not doing much of the rowing. There's not a lot of
pull the oar
rowing.
out of the water and crack her in the head.
No. So, first of all, again, the guy that said this.
Revamp our stoke.
Right, who's handed us a canoe that any movement you're tipping over. We get into the open, because it's like a lot of these trees hanging, and you get into the open, and what do you see as it opens up? About 1,000 alligators just chilling.
Son of a biscuit eater.
And what do? They come on down off of it, some of them, and they start heading over. And you're like, okay, good.
And check this out.
Check this out. I'm meet this guy here with red hair and this little girl. And I'm like, oh, my God. So we do that for a couple hours and finally get somewhere where we're like, we're going to have some lunch and do whatever. He thinks it would be funny to throw a giant snapping turtle into the canoe.
Goodness.
He does. And I put, just joking around, I put the one of the paddles up and it snaps it in half.
Oh, yeah.
Was this common or an alligator?
No, it was an alligator snapping turtle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was straight out of it was Gamera from the old Japanese movies.
How big was it?
Big enough that you have to hold it with 2 hands, and you have to be strong.
So 2.5 feet across?
Probably. It was big. Snap that thing in half,
dude.
And I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
That's attempted murder.
Yes. How funny would it have been if it would have bit my arm off? You'd been fine.
You don't need your arms to play soccer.
And again, remember, this is the place we went.
Revamp our stoke.
That's the guy.
That's the guy.
Weren't there 80 of you? So I'm sure there's some noodling stories of people that started to noodle and they didn't get all of the noodle they wanted to.
Either that or they ran into a beaver.
Oh,
you don't want to tangle with a beaver.
Yeah.
Jay's been on Forrest Gallant's channel.
Oh, yeah. Jay he's where I got to meet Michael Jackson.
Oh.
Because Michael Jackson came in one night to buy stuff. Jay's like, hey, can you stick around? I'm like, yeah. He goes, cool. Michael's coming in tonight. I'm like, what? So it's
Michael
like
Jordan?
midnight. Michael Jackson rolls in, and he just points at stuff. Never says he's like, yeah, just pointing at crap, right? Jay's like, I'm not selling him that. He's just pointing at everything. And the next day, right? It's crazy. The next day, some dudes in white vans show up, and we just put all of this stuff on there, and they hand us a bunch of cash. Jay's like, I don't even know, and away they go. That was it. So weird. Man, the first thing I noticed is how thin he was. Yeah, that's great, guys.
Yeah, the propofol will do that to you.
He wasn't quite propofol at that point in time. I think he was still a little bit there. I think he was just after bad. So, but it was, it was a trip.
The song is called "I'm Fat."
Oh, that was a great song. Should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, by the way. Should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Absolutely. Okay, listen to this, guys. Earlier today, the Brits had to ask Trump about, you called them bastards.
You called yesterday in your Truth Social, you called the Iranians crazy bastards.
True.
What is your response to critics who say that...
I don't care about critics.
What is your response to critics who say that it is your mental health that should perhaps be examined as this war continues?
I haven't heard that. But if that's the case, you're going to have more people like me, because our country was being ripped off on trade, on everything, for many years until I came along.
What did that have to do with you calling the Iranians bastards? Had nothing to do with it'll be crazy. Let me tell you something. They ripped us off on what? He just answered a totally different question.
We have a full embargo on this country, but they're ripping us off.
On trade. They've been stealing trade from us for decades. It's incredible.
My gosh.
I can't believe it.
I like you could slightly hear it while the reporter's asking the question and Trump goes, it's true.
He just doesn't care. You don't get it. We're going to blow him up. You guys have to. Like, he's got, tomorrow at high noon, if you guys aren't done, we're going to.
Oh.
So if they use, in the way that criminal courts would work, but in the international thing, which we don't, by the way, we're not a part of the International Criminal Court, so it really doesn't matter at this point in time. We haven't signed on to it. Neither did I think Iran. So basically, it's two people fighting and doing stuff. But in theory, the way a war crime would work, if it is both a place where military and the people use, you can bomb it. If it's a place that only the people use, you can blow it up. That's kind of the way they're, coming at this.
Yeah, if it's only the military, then you can bomb it.
So doesn't it make the hospitals that have the underground tunnels under them for the what's the Hamas? Is it Hamas in Gaza?
Yeah, the underground. That's Hamas.
Doesn't that make that a legal strike?
Could be, I guess.
Well,
maybe.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: if it's a hospital and you're taking care of the wounded, are you in some way, shape, or form? You're aiding the wounded who are part of the enemy against us. You can probably get away with that. Okay. But nothing is going to come of it. Nothing is going to come of it because only certain countries have signed on to the ICC, the International Criminal Court, and we're not one of them. We're like, whatever. We don't care. Yeah. And anybody who would say, well, they kind of are. Anybody who on Easter would tweet out and make Jake Tapper read,
open the straight, you crazy bastard.
Anybody who would do that, then, what are you going to do? Last week, I really thought Thursday into Friday, he was going to do something, but he didn't. And now, as far as putting boots on the ground, but I don't know if that's because we had our plane shot down. Did things change? We got the second airman, which was good as far as how bad they're injured. He did say today that they're both injured pretty bad. One of them was moved to Ramstein today. So it's going to be a interesting thing. I don't know if he's really going to blow them up, and I also don't know what we were asking for. I heard today one of the things we asked for, we gave him a weird ultimatum. It's like, look, You can keep all the nuclear material, but open up the straits, or don't open up the straits and keep the nuke. It's just up to you. Do whatever you want. One of the two's fine.
Either or.
Right? If you want to be nuclear, fine. If you want to open up the straits, great. Just pick one. And they were like, no. Because they want a complete stopping. And here's the other thing. We got to think about this thing called Israel, because I don't think Israel's ready to stop down just yet.
Oh, and if we stop, they do not have the courage to do it by themselves.
No, God, no. Oh, God, no.
Have you ever eaten a snake egg?
A snake egg?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could you scramble one up and it be edible?
Probably,
Okay.
but it's tiny.
Just curious. No, I'm talking like a python or a boa or something like that.
I guess.
That'd be a big old egg.
That'd be a big old egg. I mean, you've seen some of the eggs. They're big.
Yeah.
I guess you could. Weird. I don't know why. It's probably not the same.
Just curious.
I guess if you had to, you were hungry, right? You had no other food, you could probably cut one open and go Rocky.
That's like Naked and Afraid.
That's like that.
Eating eggs.
That's it. Have you ever done the Rocky thing? Have you ever tried to drink raw eggs?
Yeah.
No.
That's disgusting. It's another one of the things I'm allergic to.
Yeah,
Because it's gross.
There's a weird smell to it.
Yes.
It's a very odd
Kind of an egg smell.
Yeah, but it's a gross egg smell. It's not the good egg smell. It's not scrambled eggs.
Yeah,
it's
not
yummy.
scrambled in butter and toast and bacon. It's it doesn't smell good.
No, it doesn't smell good. It's gross. And I don't know. I know a lot of people do that. And I remember Rocky did that. And everybody tried to do it. I was like, so nasty, Rocky. So weird. Why would you ask me? Are you hoping to eat an egg? Is that like your thing?
No, I was looking at Jay's YouTube page here, and it just made me think, because there's a couple of his videos about having to take the clutches away from the mom so he can incubate them, and the mamas ain't having it.
They're not having it. The big mamas do not want any part of that. Right? They
actually got bit one time.
Yeah, yeah. They'll tear you up. They'll tear you up. In fact, tomorrow we're going to do there's an interesting thing about what they're calling the snake bros. They're having to be saved all the time in places like Florida and everywhere else, where they're getting bit by their actual poisonous, and they're having to be saved by the zoos, which is insane.
Interesting.
Well, one YouTuber who is like a collector, he did get bit by something and died recently.
Oh, that was Dingo last year. The South African guy.
What was he bit by?
He was bitten by, I think he was bitten by a cobra. And so Dingo was great too. He was like one of those guys where he was fun to watch. He was really cool.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh my God. And he'd do the, like overreact. Yeah, yeah. And oh, look at that. When the thing was no way ever going to strike him. And he got bit in a weird way. It was one of the snakes that he was doing something serious with and not playing around with, but he wasn't paying attention. And it only takes a oomph and Chandler, I watch him. He's been bit. He got bit. And so did, oh God, what's his name? The dude all inked up. He got bit too. He's lost his finger and he got tore up and the thing is, they thought they'd taken it out, and they had to give him, it was days he was in a coma. And then he got re-envenomated because they didn't take one of the teeth all the way out.
Really?
Yeah. And then re-envenomated it was left on there.
So is there anti-venom for cobras?
Yeah.
Things like that?
Yeah.
They should have that on them.
Well, the problem is not having, they should, but it's so expensive, hundreds of thousands of dollars, that they don't have it with them.
Yeah.
So it's the places that do. And remember, on 9/11, only one airplane flew that day. They got a special dispensation from the military, and it flew it across the country from San Diego because I believe somebody got bit by a black mamba, and the San Diego Zoo was the only one that had anti-venom.
Wow.
And to save the guy, they had to fly it to Florida because everything else weird happens in Florida, as we all know.
Yeah. In fact, I just watched an episode of Naked and Afraid, season 19. I think it was episode 7. They were in the Everglades, and apparently there's been a drought, so a lot of the Everglades are dry. And I didn't know this, but mama alligators, they will burrow underneath things during droughts, and they'll keep all their baby alligators in there with them.
Yeah, because it's still kind of damp, and they'll burrow underneath, and it's damp, and they can protect themselves.
And I didn't know that they would protect their little baby alligators.
Yes. Yeah.
They do for a period of time.
They do for, absolutely.
Interesting.
Have you ever seen the one where the mama crocodile would take also the little turtles, the sea turtles, and she'd put them in her mouth, and she'd take them to the ocean and drop them off?
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Wow.
All right, coming up, Matt's here. I see him, and he's in a vest, looking very dapper today.
He's got a vest on.
Oh, yeah, it's going to get serious today. It's Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Happy Hump Day for Matt, who is here.
Hey.
It's the big week, guys, for those of you not keeping score. The Masters. Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
A tournament
tradition.
like
A tradition, unlike any other.
like any other. No, nobody does it like the Masters.
It's true. Probably with good reason. Takes a lot of money.
Yeah, got to have a nice place. Takes a lot of money.
I mean, if you ever get a chance to go to Augusta National, you can see what human beings can do with Earth if they are given unlimited money.
I was watching this weekend, everybody's doing their Masters hauls. So they go, like the food, like you said, you talked about how cheap it is. I went in and I spent $4,000 in the tents.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something. The food's cheap. The shirts, not so cheap.
Not so
the
cheap.
The hats, not so cheap because there's only one place you can get them. And
That's
it's
it.
From there. So
I have a Masters hat. My friend went a few years ago.
yeah, see, then that's what people do. You got to get your buddy stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's the only place you can get
That's
it.
the only place you can get it. Yeah. So what's
Or-
going on, man?
I don't know. Good weekend, good Easter. How about you?
Yeah, did nothing. Oh, you got the Jolt Cola.
I did.
Is that what the Easter Bunny brought you?
No, I picked that up at the old Twice Daily.
Nice.
You know what they say? Go twice daily.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
I only go maybe once. A couple.
If I'm lucky.
times
I've been
week.
bound a little bit.
You know how it goes.
Like the space people.
Yeah, the space people are up there. How do I almost kind of feel bad for not so much we didn't go to the moon the first time around.
Yes.
Crowd. I do feel bad for those people. But I feel really bad for the none of this is real crowd.
Oh, yeah. Because Bell found something new because there's those escape baskets. He thinks they already escaped before, not Bell, but before
Right.
it even took off.
So, I mean, and I was having fun earlier today with the group. It was like, how are we getting these camera shots? I was like, the same guy's filming this that films my truck from above my truck when I'm driving out of my driveway.
Which freaks all of us
jackass.
out, which we still have no idea how that works.
I
But
don't
you know
understand how it works, but it works.
Yeah.
It's me. I can wave out the window.
I don't need to know how it works.
No.
But those people that are never going to, even if they were up there right now, they would think it's a hallucinogenic that you gave them. They're under anesthesia.
Well,
It's
that's
a
right.
gummy.
It's got to be a goomy.
It's got to be a goomy.
No, I mean, I love that, somebody at NASA is like, hey, we're going to do these cameras, and someone's very excited at some point in this entire process. They're in a boardroom somewhere like, hey, guys, we're going to be doing cameras, and we're going to have these camera shots when we're up there, and then someone in the room's like, yeah, that'll stop all these stupid conspiracy theories. No, just makes them worse.
Yeah.
Just makes them worse,
Doesn't
y'all.
matter.
Everything you do is going to make it worse
And
because some
AI.
people insist on being stupid.
Think about how far we've come. And then the last time we were in any position like this, there was no AI.
Right.
So now it makes it worse.
It's all a simulation. We're all in a simulation.
We're all in a simulation. What are you talking about today?
We'll obviously talk about the incredible heroic rescue of the colonel, the weapons systems operator over in Iran. We're going to talk about the weekend that was Donald Trump's. I guess I call it a tweet. I don't
They're
know
all
what
bastards.
it was, but my goodness, praise be Allah, I guess, and we'll talk about that as well.
Right on. You guys have a good one. We'll do it tomorrow.
Assalamu alaikum.